Alright guys, so welcome back to this channel again. This is Potential Digital. In this video I'm actually going to be showing you real quick how to become profitable as a forex trader using this simple strategy. This is actually a breakthrough simple strategy, so stay tuned. We'll be right back.
Become a Profitable Trader Academy.
Alright, welcome back. So this is actually I'm working with Bitcoin at this moment now. So this is actually, as you can see, this is right the market. And as you can see, when we talk about forex, we all know that the market doesn't really go on a straight form. Let me do this real quick. So when we're talking about the market, let me hide this chart. And then all right, real quick, so this is it. So we all know that the market doesn't go in a straight form. Like, for example, the market doesn't go like this. We all know the market doesn't go something like this. It doesn't go in this form. Instead, what the market does is that the market in itself goes in this type of path. You could have things like this. This is how the market goes. This is how the market goes. And then we all know that we have three ways in which the market approaches itself. And one of the ways is that it is either the market goes in this form, it goes in this form. So when it goes like this, we tend to call this a bullish movement, and it keeps moving like this, or it moves in this consolidating form. By this, we all know what the market is trying to tell us. I've done a lot of videos on this. If you want to know what this consolidation form looks like, you can visit this channel and see some of my videos on that. And we also have when the market is bearish, and by being bearish, you have the market moving in this form. So while it does this, it is not up to you as a day trader to be able to choose either of this pattern in which you want to enter your trade and all of that. So I'm going to be walking us through the market, or through our chart, so you understand basically what I'm going to say, and the point in which you could stake your trade, the point that is going to be your best buy limit. So for example, let's assume we are having a consolidation kind of chart, as you can see right here, and all of a sudden the market gets to this point and continues like this. When the market gets to this point and continues, this form now, as you can see right here, here becomes that sharp breakout section. So we're looking at for this point, there was a breakout from here. So this particular breakout strategy works beautifully well when you're having a breakout like what you can see here. So I'm really going to dive in real quick to the real chart, so you can be able to relate with whatever it is actually saying right here. All right, so this is the chart for you now. Now let's assuming we're making use of, as you can see, this particular chart, Bitcoin chart has a lot and lots of breakouts, as you can see right here. So let's take, for example, let's make use of any of the breakouts. For example, let me look for a better opportunity in which we can. Okay, take for example, this is actually this is a bearish breakout now, as you can see right now. So as we're having bearish breakout now, remember what we have here. If for example now we're looking at for that particular candle that breaks out the most recent key zone. So if you're looking for that particular price action that broke out that particular most recent key zone, you now find that that's actually what you have there. What I just did here is what you have here. So this now becomes this particular breakout now. So the next thing you look at for is that once the price action breaks out the most recent key zone, then price continues in that same form. So as you can see right here, that's what is actually showing here. So this point becomes your best, point of action. This becomes your best, entry point. This becomes your best, buy limit. Oh, sorry, your sell limit, because actually the market is, bearish. So you have to work on your sell limit at this point. So at this point, this is where your that's where your sell limit is going to pick up, and you set your stop losses to, you look for the best and the most recent short position, and you set your stop losses to set your stop loss to either um that particular resistance zone, if at all that's actually what you want to do. You could set that to that resistance zone, but if you're not doing that that to your resistance zone, you could pick the most, at this point this becomes your resistance zone. And if you're making it your resistance zone, if you check the numbers of peep, then you'll be able to see that this is, in most case you're having, is already hitting about 60 to 70 pips. And for your risk to reward ratio, you're working with 2 is to 1. So if you're using 60 to 70 pips, then that therefore means that your take profit is actually going to pull through. So you're going to be having times 2 of that, locating the most recent key zone that is within that threshold of, and that's, about 120 pips, which is going to be your take profit. So if you're doing that, you'll find out that you might have to, lose this trade, because the like I said, this strategy is sharp, short, and simple, because we're making it more like a breakthrough strategy. So instead, what we'll do is that we'll make use of the shortest possible, you know um stop lossing, which we could, um um you know we could schedule, because what we're looking at is, you could set your stop loss to be equal, or almost um the same area in which that particular price action broke out from. So, and what you're considering is simply just that particular candlestick, that is that particular price action breakout. So what your trade now is going to be on just that breakout section. So after that breakout section, every other section is not necessarily important to you on this particular strategy. Take pay attention to this. Like I said, I'm going to reiterate it. You have to just make use of, is a short-term strategy. So it's not a strategy where, price has to retrace back to a particular key zone. Of course, making use of your PDRAs and all of that. No, that's not what we're talking about. We're talking about a very short-term strategy. So your point of action, or your consideration, should be that particular breakout candle, or that particular breakout price action. So once you are able to do that, you find out that you don't need to, your stop losses can just unnecessarily be around the previous price action that led to that particular breakout structure. So once that is achieved, then you find out that you take your trade at this point. So let me shift this. Now this is where your trade is going to be. This is where you're, selling in, because the market is bearish. So you're going to be, that particular breakout structure is bearish. So you're going to be taking your, this here will not be your selling limit here. So this is where you're taking your selling. So the candle, or the, price action before the breakout section, would not be your stop loss. So your stop loss has to be there, so that it will give you a perfect 2:1 risk to reward ratio. I believe this has really helped you. So once you do that, you'll not find out that the whole of this will not be your profit margin, and that's how you become profitable in the trade. So all I'm going to say is that you take your time to backtest all of this strategy I've just done now. Go ahead and backtest all of the strategy, and ensure you are able to, come to a vivid conclusion before stepping into the market. And remember, you don't use a real money to step into the market. You could use your demo accounts and all of that, or paper money, so that you don't end up losing funds. Or peradventure, you want to also see how you could venture into using new, maybe, real money, on depending on how the case might be. You can go ahead and make use of some couple of, prop firms. I've actually dropped one right in the description, so you could see the link, and it will take you to one of, the prop firm that I actually used also. So whatever it is you are able to get from there in terms of profit, then you share it with the prop firm, company, or whatsoever, or platform, and all of that. So that's just it. Remember, if this video has been helpful to you, do well to hit the subscribe button, turn on the notification bell, So you would be notified whenever it is we drop a new content like this that's going to be of educational purpose to you. Don't forget, if you also want to be part of our community, the links are right at the description, so you could go ahead and click on the link and to lead you and take you to the desired community of ours in which you want to join. If you also still need one-on-one mentorship, the link is also right in the description. I'm going to see you in the next video. If you have any issue, if you have any question you want to ask, do where to leave it right in the comment section, and it will be attended to and addressed in the next video. All right, peace out.